All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This video comes from a creator titled Not Sure, and the video is titled Jesse Lee Peterson's appearance on the Dr. Phil show shocks the indoctrinated audience. Now, if you know Jesse Lee Peterson, you know that if you put him around normal people who aren't used to hearing uncomfortable things, controversial things, he is going to piss them off. And he is on the Dr. Phil show. So this should be good. He doesn't appear until about the 2-minute mark, about halfway through the video. So we're about to get into this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while we're watching. Now let's roll it.
Elon Musk has been tweeting about the Earth's alleged underpopulation crisis. But should we be concerned? We've agreed that it's not birth rate that's causing any kind of climate change. It's not the driver, at least, that's for sure. You think it should be, people should qualify and be tested. You think people should be tested. You think we should just feed them and let them age out.
Voluntarily.
Yeah, right.
I mean, so as a society, I mean, we value freedom, and the, reproductive choice is one of those freedoms. And I think the better approach is to try to educate people so that they're responsible when they have children and they can care for them. But I mean, I think having the government getting involved in anything like this, I mean, China's done that. It's a disaster over there.
I completely agree with you about reproductive freedom. I think that's the most important thing we need today. Hundreds of millions of couples are denied their right to not procreate. But you were mentioning
how's that?
Oh, go ahead.
How are they?
Who's denied the right to procreate?
How's that?
Oh, go ahead.
How are they denied that right?
They do not have the contraceptive services, reproductive health services that they need. Those are not provided.
Well, that's not a denial to procreate, though. Saying that they lack the resources they need is not an outright denial to procreate. Because to procreate, all you need is two things: a man and a woman. So I don't know what angle he's coming at here. Les Knight says humans should naturally become extinct.
Those are not provided. And maybe people should supply their own, but they can't afford it because they're having more offspring that they can't feed.
Where's that?
Just about everywhere. Try to get a sterilization here in America when you haven't had kids and you're only 22.
That's true.
We're not allowing people to not breed.
We see people like that all the time, and you can put an IUD in. A copper IUD is effective for 10 years.
I guess the discussion is here, are there too many babies being created, or are there not enough being created, based on the tweets from the very beginning of the video that we saw?
It's inert.
Have you ever walked in a
effective.
grocery store and seen a lady with a bonnet on her head with 8 kids walking behind her? You think that she's being responsible? You think that she's really taking into consideration what she's supposed to do responsibly? You think that she's not on Section 8 housing? You don't think that we paying for her to house her kids, who's probably gonna grow up and steal my wheels off my car?
Now, this is Anton Daniels. He has a YouTube channel as well. Not exactly a conservative or right-wing, type of channel. It's more so just talking about black culture. But yeah, I'm familiar with Anton Daniels.
I disagree with all this crap that I hear.
And there goes the anchor baby, Nick, right there to the left of Jesse Lee Peterson.
With all this crap that I hear, I grew up with 6 brothers and 7 sisters at a time when, I grew up on a plantation in Alabama, and we grew up in a little hut house, bathroom outside. And my family raised an amazing family, children. But what the difference was then than it is now is that before you had babies, you got married. So you have the father and the mother in the home. And while
and sorry to cut off Jesse Lee Peterson, but you can't help but notice these things. It seems like at least in American society today, or in the West, having a family, you don't even need to get married to have a family. Like, marriage isn't important. It's not instrumental to having a family anymore in the ideals and in the heads of many people in Western countries. Marriage isn't important. Relationships aren't important. By a lot of people's metrics here in America, here in the West, you can have a kid and raise them all alone, and that's fine. So I guess what Jesse is trying to say, that the key difference between raising a family back then was that family was still surrounded by very core things that made the family work, like marriage, like belief in God, keeping God at the head of the family. Like those were important things back in the day, whereas now that's not at the forefront of many people's relationships, most people's relationships, and that's probably why we have a divorce rate as high as we do now.
In the home. And while the father was out earning a living, the mother was watching over his children. And so you were able to raise decent children. We didn't have government in our lives at the time. And so we were able to do that. And in America, we were not allowed all these illegal aliens and refugees to come into our country. So our government were not taking care of folks from other parts of the world and the families in America. We took care of ourselves.
I think you've pretty much pissed off everybody. But you said there's not anything you've heard that you don't think is crap. So what do you think? You said what you don't think. What do you think?
I know that we need to restore the family. We need a smaller government because government don't make anything work. They screw you up. We need to stop taking care of women who are having these babies out of wedlock.
Correct.
We need to stop taking care of these women who are coming from other countries. We need to stop taking care of their babies.
Okay,
we need to take care of American families first by getting them away from the government and restoring order.
Okay, you're a pastor, right?
Yes,
And you're a radio host?
yes.
Okay, and you said you believe white people should have more children?
We definitely need white babies.
I've heard Jesse Lee Peterson say this before.
More children?
We definitely need white babies. And I tremble at the idea that that the white group is going down in numbers, because if you lose white folks, America, it's over for America. Because if you notice, white people tend to be more innovative. They're more creative. They have ideas about things. All these other races don't do nothing but destroy. They don't build,
But
they
he's wrong.
destroy.
He's wrong.
I said you'd piss off everybody. I was wrong. Now you pissed off everybody.
Yeah. All right, look. Jesse Lee Peterson still don't got nothing on Kanye, all right? He still don't got nothing on Kanye when it comes to just, going off the rails. But this is something that Jesse Lee Peterson has been saying for 30 years at this point. And I agree with most of what he says. The only pushback that I'll have against that is that, yes, I agree family needs to be brought back to order. We need less government. I agree with many of those things he said, but we've grown in this nation, in America. We've grown so accustomed to the government. We've grown so accustomed to daddy government and the things and the quote unquote freebies that they give us, welfare. We've grown so used to all of these things. So if you take that away, it's like taking a pacifier away from a baby that's been sucking on it for hours. I don't know how that would go if you just take things away. You saw what happened with the whole Roe v. Wade thing, and we didn't even take away abortions. We all we did was send it back to the states. And look at the knee-jerk reaction that there's so many people in this country and in the West had to that. But yeah, man, this is very interesting. Again, like I said, shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson and just shout out to free speech. You might not like what he said here, but again, this is nowhere near as crazy as Kanye West saying that he loves Hitler. Like this isn't even that bad. This makes that makes this seem like just like nothing. All right, but let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on your way out the door. Till next time, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.